Hello everyone. Welcome to Parenting Summit 2024. I'd like to thank Saju for thinking of me as somebody who could give some valuable tips to the parents. My name is Nandita Prakash and I'm an education advisor to a few schools across Pan India. My work revolves around students, teachers and parents communities. So today I'm going to talk about time management, which is especially very important for teenagers. Imagine a scenario that your child has an exam tomorrow, but they also want to go out and hang out with their friends and celebrate somebody's birthday. Also wants to check what's happening on social media, want to see some videos, use some certain apps. Does that sound familiar? Why time management is important for teenagers especially? You must have heard a lot of times that all these millionaires or people who are successful, there's one common skill that everybody has, which is time management. It gives a sense of discipline, right? It gives a sense of order to your day. By the end of the day, you feel more productive. It keeps you more organized. This feeling by the end of the day when you feel more productive, it also gives a psychological feeling of being rewarded, right? These children, they feel less stressed when they are more organized because of time management. And also they're now, as teenagers they eventually will become adults, and now they will start taking responsibility of their adulthood duties. So this becomes a gateway for the same. Secondly, I would say that this whole idea of being more productive, it starts with time, the skill of learning time management. But why do you think the teenagers find it difficult? Why do you think they are not able to manage their time better? There are a few reasons. One is procrastination. Now, procrastination is widespread, and it is considered through research also. We have found out that a lot of children these days are eventually becoming procrastinators. Even the children who are in college years, or the youth, I would say, as a whole. Now, there are various reasons behind it. One is the disturbed sleep pattern. That could be one of the reasons. The other reason could be that they are not able to balance between the school work, the housework, the social interaction that they have with their friends and families, and other co-scholastic or hobbies that they pursue. They're not able to create balance among them. Second is there's a lot of distraction. You must have seen it yourself that there are so many things that distract them so easily. Social media is one of them. Gaming is one of them. So again, so many things which are readily available to distract them. Of course, it's gonna effect. They find it difficult to prioritize. So parallel to learning time management skills, it is also important to learn how to prioritize. Let me give you a few tips on how you can help your child, your teenager, learn these skills. So one very practical guide that I would like to give you is the Eisenhower matrix, right? So to give an understanding of what is of utmost priority among various options that are available, how do you choose what is important, what is less important? So here is a quick view. The top in the list of priority, something which is important and urgent will be at the top, will be at number one. So the child needs to understand what is important for me and what is urgent. So for example, the exam tomorrow is important as well as urgent. Second in the priority list would be something which is important but not urgent, which means, for example, you have a project to submit by the weekend. It is not urgent, but it is important. So that is your second priority. Third priority is something which is urgent but not important, like maybe answering a text. Fourth is something which is not important and not urgent. Something can be compared with social media, scrolling the Instagram reels. So help children identify whenever they are fall into a situation where there are all these things available, all these options available. Let them decide what is priority level number 1, 2, 3, 4. You keep giving them examples. So when you sit with them, when you talk to them, give them examples and let them choose. Let them get into this habit of prioritizing every minute, every second. It will come to them naturally after some time. So for example, ask them that you have an exam tomorrow, but you also have a friend who has come over to invite you for a birthday party. What would you do? So choose something which is important and urgent. Now that's Eisenhower matrix for you. Second is, now the children are so digitally aligned. Why not use the digital aids? Following a online calendar like a Google Calendar helps a lot. So children can organize their month, week, days, and even hours in a Google Calendar. So let them do that. There are apps like Trello, wherein you can make a to-do list of work that needs to be done, and when you check all the work that needs to be done in a day, it gives you a psychological feeling of being rewarded. The child can also maintain a hard copy of the same, can write it down as well. It has the same effect. Um, so putting for focus study, putting timers is very important. So there is another technique called Pomodoro technique, wherein constructive study for 25 minutes is rewarded with 5 minutes of enjoyment. 25, instead of sitting for 2 hours at stretch, the child studies, focus studies for 25 minutes, and then for 5 minutes the child gets a brain break, maybe listening to music, having a quick walk around, or even dancing. So but not being on Instagram or not scrolling the reels. So the child studies for 25 minutes, gets a break of 5 minutes, another 25 minutes, then 5 minutes of break. This way, the child can study for prolonged hours without being overwhelmed in the process. Right? So, Pomodoro technique is another technique that you can use with your child. Also, teach them to say no, because especially with their peers, a lot of times they will have group of friends luring them to party with them, or to spend time with them, or do some maybe roam around, or do some work together, which is not important, right? So once they get an understanding of what is my priority, then they should also have the courage to say no to their peer without having a fear of missing out, right? So do teach them in the process, but none of this will work if you don't model this behavior yourself. So the quickest way to teach your children a certain behavior is to model it yourself. If they see you manage time between your office work, your family time, and your personal time, they will quickly learn. And for them it will become a norm. It will be easy for them to learn. It will be easy for them to implement it. So do model a good behavior of time management in front of them, and they will definitely pick up. Another thing that you must focus on is that if the child has been studying for quite some time, let's say 2 hours, you insist that they take a break of half an hour, go out and take a walk, because that break is important. And sometimes children indulge into things so much that they don't realize the need of coming out of it, taking a break, rejuvenating, getting back. So please kindly focus when the children are studying or are focused in something. It is very important to give them a brain break in between. So I hope these small techniques that I shared with you will be helpful in long run. It's a habit, it's a skill that develops with time. Please be patient when the children are not learned overnight. So please be patient with them the way you have been patient in listening to me. So thank you. Thank you for staying throughout, and I hope this works for you. That's my time. Happy teaching, happy parenting.